how much can you crop your images and why you should crop your images. Most of the time we are thinking on the images that we have captured, or I do it in this way, that this is the final crop I want to use this image. But the thing is, we are working with cameras that have 24 megapixels, like this one, 32 megapixels, like this one, 50, 100, 150 megapixels. And why do we have to use this, or why is this great? It's not that we have more details in the image. Yes, for sure we have in the beginning more details. But when I take a, let's say, 50 megapixel image and sample it down to print on A4 or a letter size, then I don't need the images or the pixels from the beginning. Why? Because the pixels get binned, the details get binned, and I just have the pixels I need for this print. And as seen in a previous video, we know that we roughly need 3500 pixels on the long edge. So what does this mean? When I'm starting with, for example, 50 megapixels, that I have a lot, really a lot of pixels that I don't need. But why do we have cameras with such a high pixel count? The answer is cropping. And now I want to demonstrate in Lightroom how you know how much of a crop you can apply to an image. So here I'm inside Lightroom and I have this image opened. And this image was captured, if you're going down here to the metadata and switch from default to EXIF, this image was captured on an D5010 and it is an image with dimensions roughly 5000 pixels by 3200 pixels. So not the biggest pixel count, but you can go in and print this image totally fine. And you can work with this image totally fine. So I will go back to default, change to the develop module, and now press on reset because I want to see what has been done with this image. So I first of all create a virtual copy, So, and now I will reset this image. So that's the image, how it was captured. And you see the straight lines aren't that straight at all. But before we will fix this problem and we will cut away the people down there, I press on the eye. And when I now press on the eye a few times, so that's the first time I press on eye, that's the second time. With the second time you see how the image was captured. Which time, which f-stop and which ISO count. And you see the focal length, in this case 28 millimeters. But the better stuff is the first pressing on the eye. Here you see we have 3264 pixels by 4928 pixels. And now we can work because we know we need roughly 3500 pixels for A4 on the long edge. Why do we know that? I think I didn't show this before, but let's go to Photoshop. I will create a new document here inside Photoshop and I will go with an international paper size A4 21 by 29.7 centimeters. I press on OK. And now I go to image size. And here inside image size, you see when I have the centimeters, the 29.7 by 21 centimeters by 300 dots per inch, we just need 3508 by 2480 pixels. And the cool thing is, if we multiply these two, multiplied with 3508, then you see we have 8.7, roughly 8.7 million pixels we need. So 8.7 million pixels is what we need for A4, for a print with A4 like this. And as mentioned in the beginning of the video, if you have a camera like this with 32 megapixels, you have a lot of breathing room to crop into your image. And this is exactly what we will do right now. So I will go back to Lightroom, and here you see in this camera, which is a rather old camera, you have plenty of room to work with. And first of all, I will go here in and go to transform, and here in the transform I will choose vertical. And with vertical, all the vertical lines get aligned vertical. Then you can go to constrain crop and just have an eye on the pixel count. When I say constrain crop, Lightroom is cropping away everything which is transparent. So everything, I go back again, everything here outside will be transparent, but if I say constrain crop, then this gets cropped away. And even now we have lots of pixels to work with. Just remember, 3508 pixels for A4. And now I can go in and just lighten this up a little bit, bring down the highlights, lighten up the shadows like so, bring down the darks, maybe a little bit more clarity, maybe more dynamic over here, like so. I can go in and cool this even more, or maybe no, maybe go for the warming like so, and bring down this a little bit more. And right now, if I want to crop this image even more, because maybe I want to crop away, then I can go in to the crop overlay, and here's my crop overlay. And now I can go in and crop this a little bit tighter, like so, and maybe go down a little bit more till here, or there where the windows are just starting. Go to the right, go here a little bit more to the left, and now you see 4400 roughly pixels by 2700 pixels. So this is plenty enough to work and to print. And when you just remember back to the pixels for the website, I told you 2500 pixels is the top. You don't need more. 2000 pixels, maybe 1600 pixels, and you can really crop far in if you want to go for a website crop. So I will go in and create another virtual copy and just see what's possible. And I will hold down the, no, just do it in this way, like so. And maybe I want to go with an landscape oriented image, like so, here on top of this. So then I can go to 2000 pixels, roughly 2000 pixels, like so, and 16 by 9, roughly 16 by 9, like so. And this is the crop I can use if I want to go out to the website. So from a not that big resolution in the beginning, just remember we had roughly 12 to 15 megapixels. I can crop in this tight to have this image in this resolution, 2000 pixels roughly, and that's really everything I need. And when I want to go to print, then I have now enough pixels, 4480 pixels on the long edge, and with this I can print without any problems on A4 or on leather, because I will see this image from 30 centimeters distance, and I don't see 300 dots per inch. So there you have it. Just go in and crop. You have lots of pixels to work with.